A warning letter arrived at Whoop's headquarters on July 14th, 2025, charging the company with marketing its blood pressure insights feature without FDA clearance. Calvin here, breaking down the latest on the Whoop FDA drama. The agency determined that any feature estimating systolic and diastolic blood pressure ranges for diagnosing hypertension requires pre-market authorization under federal law, per FDA regulations. With Whoop disputing these claims, this fight sets the stage for a potential revolution in the health tracking industry. In its warning letter, the FDA asserts that Blood Pressure Insights is a medical device because it is intended for diagnosing or mitigating disease conditions. The letter further clarifies that disclaimers and non-medical labeling cannot override a product's intended use, which in this case is inherently linked to blood pressure measurement. Whoop insists that Blood Pressure Insights is just a general wellness feature, built to help members see how lifestyle factors impact their blood pressure, not to diagnose or treat medical conditions, according to CEO Will Ahmed's LinkedIn post. In that post, Will calls the FDA's demands misguided and highlights that BPI is clearly labeled non-medical, requires explicit user acknowledgement, and relies solely on passive overnight data rather than clinical readings. He also likened BPI to heart rate and respiratory monitors, which are regulated yet commonly used for wellness without pre-market approval. In the Whoop subreddit, Team Whoop detailed that BPI works by calibrating with a standard cuff and then estimating blood pressure each morning based on metrics drawn from over 32,000 sleep sessions across more than 11,000 members. While many members praise the convenience of passive blood pressure tracking, one user reported it has been consistently overestimating their readings and can't calibrate with data that is below a certain level, so they take it with a huge grain of salt. Several posts also noted the irony of branding the premium Whoop strap MG for medical grade, despite Whoop's insistence that BPI is not a medical device. Experts on regulatory blogs point out that the warning letter's rapid public release, just one day after issuance, signals a more aggressive FDA posture towards general wellness products, potentially reshaping industry enforcement priorities. Analysts argue that this case could redefine how implied and explicit marketing claims determine whether a feature crosses into regulated medical device territory. And what does this FDA letter mean for Apple? Apple is rumored to deliver blood pressure trend alerts rather than precise readings on the Watch Series 11 and Ultra 3, targeting a September 2025 unveiling. To avoid upsetting the FDA, Apple will likely prioritize blood pressure trend notifications rather than clinical accuracy. As Whoop fights regulatory headwinds, screen-free wearable competitors are carving out market share. Amazfit launched its new Helio Strap, a standalone screenless tracker priced at $99.99, offering a subscription-free experience and a 10-day battery life. Garmin launched its Index Sleep Monitor, a $169.99 screenless smartband focused on overnight recovery measurement with a vibration alarm. Polar has also teased a subscription-free, consumer-focused screenless wearable slated for release in September 2025, positioning it as a direct challenger to Whoop by collecting continuous health insights without a display. Can Whoop win a battle against Polar, Garmin, Amazfit, and the FDA? If Whoop is forced to keep blood pressure insights off the US market, it could lose members to subscription-free, screenless competitors whose wellness features avoid medical oversight. On the other hand, a legal challenge by Whoop that potentially redefines wellness exemptions could loosen FDA scrutiny on non-diagnostic health metrics and set a new precedent for the wearables industry. That could open the door to faster rollout of a bunch of different features like hypertension trend alerts on mainstream watches, eventual non-invasive glucose trend indicators, continuous hydration sensing via emerging sweat bioimpedance patches, and more. This FDA Whoop showdown marks a pivotal moment for the wellness wearables sector, testing the boundary between consumer innovation and regulatory safeguards, and charting a course for how future health metrics will be defined, delivered, and regulated. Subscribe to my channel for more wearable rumors, leaks, and updates, and like this video if you liked it. I'm Calvin Caracciolo. Thank you for watching.